Yes. So this presentation is about nothing about mobility, a bit because we speak also of interoperability, but it's a lesson learned from 3 years of a project called MCE. It's a modularization of continuing education. And I'm part of EADTU. Together I'm with Mirna here, but I will introduce it later. So EADTU stands for European Association of Distant Teaching Universities. And in this project with 12 partners, we have done a lot about micro-credential, and I'm sorry Isabel is not here, but it's recorded, maybe we send the record. So what did we do? We investigated the learner perspective and also support higher education institution in defining micro-credential. Yeah, I want to clarify that everything I'm saying is related to academia, so higher education institution, vectorial or like vocational training was not part of the consortium, so I apologize for this side view. We have also piloted a lot, and we have done this while all the discussion about what micro-credential is, what we do was going on, because the project will finish this month, so we've been really in the hype. And then we have developed a recommendation, evidence-based recommendation. This presentation will be very fast. I already speak fast, so for any question, take a note, chat, or whatever you feel comfortable with, will be fast. So if something is not clear to you, please, if there is time, we do a question, otherwise we talk later on. So very fast, the findings of what we have done. So from the learner perspective, we have used a literature review, of course, and also conducted focus group, and was clear that, I cannot read anything, the key motivators for taking a micro-credential was like employability, so people were drive to take a micro-credential because they were looking for a job, or they were curious, or anyhow, what they like it was that it was a flexible offering. And in the focus group came up what is the format that learners in our consortium were looking for. They were looking for something short, meaning short, they wanted to be engaged 2 to 3 months, and they wanted something part-time because a majority of our audience were employed, and in a format that was online, safe pace, but also with some interaction if possible. At completely different perspective on a national policy, I agree with who said we are actually at the beginning of everything, because from our study came up that micro-credential are far to be massive implemented because there is no standard. Particularly, there is no standard for quality assurance that make this a problem to make a micro-credential understandable, recognized across institutions, across also European countries. Countries like Spain and Portugal have integrated the quality assurance into their existing framework, but there are external quality assurance agencies that actually do not recognize micro-credential. So it's quite of a big deal. And employers and also institutions struggle with understanding what they are and trust for portability. So we really need a common language and probably a law about it. We also have piloting, so experimented with format, and from the institutional seminar, we have understood that there is a need for standardization. Many institutions are really seeking for a common framework coming from Europe. At national level, something has moved, but is quite stopped now. And there is a quality assurance gap. Different universities face challenging defining what quality assurance measure for micro-credential needs to be set up. There is a diverse implementation approach and a diverse understanding of what a micro-credential is. People don't understand, I don't know if Ildiko is here, but I don't understand that the e-seal, the digital credentialing, yeah, we need really some effort in that. And at the policy level, there is some kind of misalignment, is that English? misalignment, but also misleading kind of thinking. And many universities report that national policy on micro-credential are under development, but there is uncertainty in implementation. So yeah, there is an effort at higher level that needs to be put in place. We did a lot also at the institutional level, and the leading organization was Fernuni in Hagen. So I pass the word to my colleague Mirna Zeman. Please.
Thank you. I think I'm loud enough.
They don't hear on YouTube.
Okay, you need to record. Okay. I'm from Fernuni Hagen, and we were working together with Alessandra in this really interesting project, and we were in charge of let's say, survey on institutional development within the partnership. And we have conducted a survey in 2022 among partners, which was actually, we tried to figure out what are basically, what do we have? What sorts of how I learned, alternative qualifications do we have within the partnership? What's the funding situation, and what's the institutional strategy situations? How are universities dealing with this kind of qualifications? And our findings, we heard already. Where do I? Okay. Okay. Basically, we found out that there is like a plethora of alternative qualifications which different institutions called in different way. We have like, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 designations or terms which are 6 out of 10 partners actually use the term micro-credentials. The other use other like certificate, like short learning program, etc. And we have a really heterogeneity in definitions. So from institution to this institution, interpretations and definitions of what micro-credential is vary significantly. There is also a challenge in funding. We have problem predominantly student fee funded alternative qualifications with limited public support. Quality insurance emphasis is on internal evaluations with learner involvement. And we found out that we have like a huge variety or huge differences between different national contexts. But in general, we can say that institutions are moving faster than national governments. Other challenges, there are disparities in how micro-credentials are implemented across EU countries. Key challenges are quality insurance, inconsistencies, a lack of accreditations, and our recommendation would be standardized MC framework aligned with EQF and NQF policies. Martina has asked me to show one example of, we were piloting, Alessandra mentioned, one example of implementation of micro-credentials at Fernuni Hagen, and I chosen the micro-credentials from Institute für Wissenschaftliche Weiterbildung. In English it would be Institute for Continuing Education. But they don't call it micro-credentials, they call it certificate studies. They were funded in 2019 and are 100% subsidiary of Fernuni. And here are some examples of our pilot was child protection studies, I think five. All of those certificate studies are 5 to 20 ECTS, and they are stackable. And they offer also a master in data protection law, but all of the certificates are somehow related to law studies. So that would be, if you have further questions regarding these examples and the study, feel free to ask. And what's next, Alessandra?
We make it dynamic, then it's like taka taka. Okay. It's going too fast? Can you follow? Yeah, it's going too fast. Stefan, how much time do we have? 6 minutes. We can do it. Aspetta, tu for. Ah, aspetta. How do I go back? Okay. So, too much. Why? Okay, let's do like this. So, I'm wrapping up. So what we can say from so much information I gave you is that when we design micro-credential, we can say that keeping the learning in mind is a must. Learners favor a stackable, modular, and recognized micro-credential. So it's important that authorities, so big name are involved. So there is a need of connecting with the labor market a lot. And there is, you heard this a lot, so that's why I wanted Isabel to be here, that there is a need of alignment with national and European quality frameworks, a recommendation. Micro-credentials should ensure credit transferability across institutions. To do that, we need to understand what are we talking about, what are the tools that allow us to understand, okay, you have done this micro-credential, okay, I don't call it micro-credential, I call it in some other way, but I have some, you know, the name, a surname, and then I know what we are talking about, so it's important. That was a repetition, so okay. Micro-credential can enhance flexible learning in lifelong learning education, but collaboration with policymakers and industry is crucial. So we cannot, as a higher education institution, do everything, you know. The actors, the stakeholder involved need to be involved. There is a need of collaboration. There is a need of clear frameworks and recognition process. And digital transformation in credentialing is necessary, and this transformation has to be transparent. So we need to know what the data, everything, because the person that is in charge of a micro-credential is actually the learner. So we need to also make the learner understand what is gaining, what is going around with, you know? Okay. The one size fits all, so I'm sorry, the European recommendations are very nice, but are too general. We need more guidance. Very key challenges are standardization, employer recognition, because employers don't understand what we are saying, at least coming from academia, and sustainability, money. Okay. But in the title, there was interoperability. What about it? How much time, Stefan? 4 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna be very fast. What is interoperability? Nice, is that a utopia? Are we gonna go there? Is something that speak of seamless system where everybody is so happy, everybody learners, and all the stakeholders speak the same language, there is a sharing of data, mamma mia, there is so much. There is so much that we have to figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. So to go towards interoperability for micro-credential, which would be great if we do, there is a need. This is really extrapolating or very fast, being a bit provocative as I like it. Government policy framework are needed. I said it 20 times. European-wide, there is a policy alignment. So this 2025 is now, and the institutions are not ready to develop and implement micro-credential. So we need guidance. So there is a need of transparency and regulation in terms of data. So GDPR transparency is a big deal. A trust framework, because micro-credential or joint program, if I don't know what I'm talking about, how can I do the same thing with another person? So there is the card that needs to be on the table, and we need to see the card in the same way. Technical infrastructure. So there is a lot going on, and I'm going to be fast here. Una Europa and also Open EU, the European alliances, university alliances, are doing a lot about interoperability, but there is somebody that goes towards blockchain, which can be good or not, so trusted framework, other that goes towards what they call the folio, GPS. There is really an understanding of what we want as infrastructure. We need to understand where the data are, if we are going to storage them on a cloud base, a lot. And then, there was the last thing is the collaboration between platforms, because we did a joint micro-credential within the European Association of Distant Teaching University, so all friends, right? And to come with a credential, digitally signed and everything, is a big deal, and we are from the same association. So if we enlarge that at European level, the trust and speaking the same language is really important. This I'm going to skip it because I said it. So let's go to wrap up. Stefan, yeah. What's next? So repetita iuant, they say the Latin. So standardizing policies process. Align digital assessment recognition, enhance technical infrastructure, still money, strengthening collaboration at national policy, and make the discussion happening. So events like these are really great, but also probably because I'm Italian, if there is not a government, so somebody from the top say what to do, doesn't happen. Scaling virtual mobility, promote hybrid, blended learning, and ensure that all this is understood by the learners. User-friendly, because when we speak of interoperability, we don't speak only of technology, but it is creating a system that connects, is inclusive, is innovative, a learning environment for the future where really education for all is a reality. And to know about and to speak more about interoperability, join us, the European EDTU Summit on May 14. It will be so online or not, blended, in Brussels, or there is a link there that is not readable, but the slide will be available. Otherwise, the name of the presenter who is talking now is Alessandra Antonaci. Contact me, and you will have it.